All right, we're on. Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the All 22 podcast. Glad to have you back on. Today, we got some new guests. We got KB, JVAC, and then we got Cam back on. So, to start, we're just going to go through, introduce yourself, say what high school you came from, what position you play, and what brought you to Juniata. We'll
All
start with
right,
you.
my name is Kelvin Brito, known as KB. I'm a running back, but I got switched to wide out now. I came from A. Philip Randolph Campus High School, located in New York. What brought me to Juniata? Well, it's a new experience. People in here are different, and I just wanted to learn more about the outside world out of New York.
I'm Justice Vactor, JVAC. I'm from State College, Pennsylvania. I went to State College Area High School, and I'm a outside linebacker. What brought me to Juniata was just the environment. It's not too far of a drive from my house, and just the environment. Everyone here is really nice. It's like a little family, and it's been a great experience so far.
So, Cam's been on, but I don't think we've said what high school and what brought you here. So, introduce yourself again.
I'm Cam Fabian. I came from a little high school called North Penn Liberty. It's northern central Pennsylvania. My graduating class was 44, so it was a pretty small school. What brought me to Juniata was it was cheap and I get to play football. That's about it.
Boom. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. So, today I got these guys on. They've been kind of begging me like, Shank, let's on the podcast. So,
all 22.
yeah, exactly. So I had to let them on. So, I want to go through. We can go back around and just say something about camp. Like your first experiences, how camp's been going for you. KB, I know you've been through a lot to start a camp. So just kind of walk me through and tell the audience how it's been being a college football player.
Well, it ain't easy.
Mm-mm.
It's not easy. You have to be mentally and physically prepared to be a college football player. It's not easy because you come here and you expect
Keep going. It's fun.
you expect it to be like what you see in TV or like All American, that show All American. Well, it's not. You have to be strong. Make sure that while you're strong and playing football, that you're not getting homesick. And also, like me at the start of camp, it it was a roller coaster. I came here, I had a concussion because I had gotten into a car accident, and then coming here, it was just like I was lost because I didn't come the first day like you guys did. So I was all over the place while you guys were like a little ahead of me. So it took some time for me to learn, but it's not easy, guys. It's not.
Yeah, camp's a big adjustment. It's not easy. So when everyone they want to play football and do that, the game day looks fun, but camp it's all about the grind. Like it hasn't been easy for any of us. Like any freshman you talk to say the same thing. They're like it's mentally draining. It's like every day you're doing the same thing, waking up at 6 o'clock, breakfast at 7, practice at 9:30. It's definitely the meetings, everything's crazy, but it's definitely worth it. And the scrimmage that we just had that proved. But we got a nice little welcome to college football, and I think can speak for all the freshmen that it's gonna be fun, and this is gonna be a really good year.
No, you're fine.
No, I think definitely it's like a common misconception that college football is more of like a physical aspect, but it's really not. It's more of like the mental side of things. That's what drains you the most, and you all can agree with that. Um, it's definitely a different experience and a big adjustment from high school right into any level of football. It don't matter if it's JUCO, D3, D2, D1. It's all competitive, and
You're still playing the game that you love too.
yeah,
Like
we're playing the game that we love, and it's definitely been worth it. It's been tough, but it's been a grind, and we all made it through. So
Talk a little bit about the playbook too. The playbook, pretty hard learning a playbook that you came like coming from high school. Your playbook would be so like not complex. But coming into college, playbook is really complex. You have hand signals to learn. You have one words to learn. You have plays to learn, and you gotta remember. If you don't remember, you move down on the depth chart, and that's something that you don't want to experience as a freshman because you want to prove that you belong here and that you could compete with anybody that's already been here.
No, for sure. It's definitely no like what I was saying earlier was like it's more of like a mental aspect.
Mhm.
You got to be mentally strong to be successful in this
Mhm.
sport. So
I don't feel like I've been as mentally strained sometimes as in like high school. Because high school, like once you put the pads fully on, you're hitting all the time.
yeah,
Like here, it's kind of a little more conservative. It's so much more mental, which it really gets you there. But it's a lot to adjust to. And the first few days, I was like, is this football thing really for me? Like it's intense. It's intense. The coaches are intense about it. They honestly could care less if you know your stuff or not. Like,
Yup.
I mean, they're looking for the best for you, but if you don't know it, they're not going to play you and they're not going to care about you. So like, you gotta as much of as a physical freak and athletic you could be, doesn't matter if you can't do what you're supposed to do.
It's a business.
Yeah, which that really tests the jump from high school football to college football.
Yup.
Which it's a big jump, but we've had to make it. I think all of us have done pretty well going over it. Did you guys talk about the scrimmage at all?
We hit on it a little bit.
Okay.
We were talking about how like it was a good welcome to college moment. Like there was a few bumps down the road. Like not like there was some misalignment stuff like that. We're still learning, but I mean, I think that it went pretty well. Especially like you got the jitters out like the first time. Like you're on the
I
field.
was so nervous.
Yeah, you're nervous because
Like
you're
the
just,
first snap, I was
yeah.
like, "Oh my!" Bro.
you're really here. But like once you're really out there, like it's not a huge crowd, but like then you got to realize that you're part of like a percent. Like not many people get to be here and be in your position. So you just got to take advantage of it.
Overall, as
it's-
a team, I think we did pretty good. Like, yeah, we did a few mistakes, but we aren't perfect. For me, we are humans, and we are bound to make mistakes. But as a team, the way we held each other accountable and the way we just like picked each other up when a play didn't go the way it was supposed to go, it was pretty good. Because during camp, yeah, we were stepping on each other's toes, but it showed that when it came to game days, we were a family.
Yeah.
We were in blue against blue. It's
Yeah.
blue against another jersey.
One tower.
One tower. Feel me? Attain excellence.
Yeah, and that's
Soar above.
yeah. Those are three kind of sayings that we really go by. One tower, we're one team, one brotherhood. I believe that's what they call like a group of eagles, a tower.
Yeah.
So one tower, and then soar above. We gotta soar above the storm. Any obstacle that comes in our way, we gotta
We gotta overcome
We
it.
gotta overcome it, and together. That's the big
Together.
thing. It goes back to
If we
one
stick
tower.
together, we overcome everything.
We overcome, and then attain excellence. That's not just a football thing. That's an everyday thing
Academics.
in the classroom. Academics.
Weight room.
In the weight room, and just in plain old life, just being nice to people.
Yep. Our
'cause-
outside lives,
Yeah.
everything.
Because
Interacting
you're
with
being
people.
watched, so
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
know you. Like,
That's a big thing we were harped on about the first few days is, we can joke around in the locker room and during meetings all we want, but once we step outside of that and outside of, this brotherhood, this one tower, we have targets on our backs. Like
Yep.
people at this school, like it or not, will target us and we'll look for every single thing we do wrong because
Yep. It
As-
won't be.
yeah.
It won't be Shank did this. It's
the
football
football
players.
team, yeah.
I
I
mean,
know, like
We
could
have
do,
to represent.
yeah,
We
could
have
do.
to set an example
Mhm.
to like that we're not just jocks and football players. Like we're not just like childish
community.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
we belong in the community
Mhm.
as much as anybody else belong in the community, and that we care about our community, and we're just not here to make anybody feel bad, but instead we have each other's back.
Yeah. And I mean, it could be as simple as holding a door for someone.
Yup.
Like, I feel like, being at Juniata as a whole, not just as a football team, there are just so many people that will just, you're like 5 steps out and after your little hustle, get to the door, but people will hold the door for you. And I
Yup.
mean, I've seen a lot of football players do it. A lot of us, are respectable, but it only takes one rotten apple to rot the whole barrel.
It's
you
like
know what
Coach
I'm
just
saying?
said, you could do 10 good
Mhm.
things, but one good thing one bad thing will outweigh the 10 good things that you do.
It will.
And then you have to do another 10 good things so it could outweigh that one bad thing that you did.
yeah.
So we got to make sure that we stick together,
Mm-hmm.
be respectful, just, show that we care about our community and that
Yeah.
we're just not football players that don't care about anything
Mhm.
but playing football.
Yeah.
I think we have good leaders on the team too. Like
Yeah.
not just like with upperclassmen, like other upperclassmen have been helping out, like attaining that excellence and being good leaders on the team. But there's freshmen that'll they'll do the same thing. They'll harp on other freshmen. They'll harp on upperclassmen. But in practice, you got to be on your brother. Like you got to be on that person. But they're not doing it to be mean. They're doing it so then on game day, whenever that switch needs to be flipped, you're not getting yourself hurt or your brother's hurt. But I mean, I think this team, there's some very good leaders and it's a good family. Like the coaching staff, they doesn't matter your position or what, they care about everyone.
Yup. They do care. I
Yeah.
can tell that they do care. Yeah, they're hard on us, but it's understandable.
Mhm.
We're freshmen and we need to learn. They want the best for us, like Justice said.
Yeah. But it's not going to be easy. They're not
It's
just
not.
going to hand it to us.
It's
like
not because it isn't
yeah.
high school anymore.
We gotta earn our spot.
Yeah.
We may have got looked at in high school and recruited for coming here, but we have to show them why we belong here, like why we earn our spot and this and that.
Not even like going back to like the mental side of things, like the mental strain and everything, and like there's been an increase. I don't know what the percentage is, but of student athlete suicides.
Okay.
Like that needs to be talked about a little bit more because it's hard being a student and alone and being a student athlete as well. Football, we're not here because of football. I mean, obviously we love the game, but we're here to get a great education. But it's definitely been a grind. And if you know a student athlete, maybe check up on them once in a while. Check on their mentals because it's definitely tough.
I think getting past camp, that was the mental challenge. Like I know that in the meeting, Coach Carter told our parents that there's gonna be some freshmen calling home. There's gonna be freshmen that are thinking about leaving. But the people that you overcome that. Like it's a mental game. Like it's physical, but the camp, that's all mental. Like you have to learn to walk before you can run.
Right.
But it's like Cam said, if you know, it isn't easy. Not only in football, but any sport, it isn't easy.
Yeah, it's no matter what the sport is, soccer.
Waking up in the morning, 6 a.m. to go eat breakfast, and then you're out there on that field taking hits, running, full equipment on. It's not easy, and not having their family around, it hurts. It hurts. Being away from home hurts. Yeah, we don't like to be called soft as men, but we are soft because I personally was hurting when I didn't have my family around, and I woke up next to a bed that I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was hurting, but being with my brothers, because I could now call you guys my brothers, being with my brothers helped me overcome that hurt, and it helped me just see that I'm not around a group of strangers anymore. You guys will have my back no matter what, because we're one tower.
Yeah, definitely. And sorry, I've been kind of on and off the phone. People have been calling me, but I just got off the phone with one of our brothers, and he's going through a tough time now. So we gotta stand by him, be with him, because it's not easy. Because it's one injury and you're done. We know there's a DB from last year, one just freak play at practice, a kneecap to the head, and he's done. Rest of his, I mean, he's come back, he's helping the team now, but he will never play football again.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I could imagine a world without football since I started playing in 7th grade. Like at points I was never the best, but still football was always there. So we can't take any of this for granted, and we just gotta support each other.
We just gotta thank God that we're in this position right now, us playing football,
Mhm.
because we're truly blessed to be here.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you're D3, D1, D2, JUCO. You're blessed to be playing the sport for another 4 years.
It's 5%, I think.
Yeah,
5%.
It's a very small percentage.
It's just the representing the school that you're at. Like that's a like big part in everything. Like,
Yeah.
it makes you feel good.
Coming
It's
back
definitely an
from
honor.
home
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that you're playing football at another state,
Yeah,
it's good.
when we can wear Junietta across our chest or on our back,
Yeah.
and it's not just the football side, but it's also the school.
That's
It's
cool.
also the professors, the students, the staff workers. We represent everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great feeling to have because it's a motivation. You got something to work for. You got something to lose. So you just it's a
Like
great
you
feeling.
said, we have a target in our back, and we have to know when to do things and when
Yeah.
not to do things.
Yeah, it's a positive and a negative, as a lot of things in life are. It's sometimes it's not. This is never gonna be easy.
Mm-mm.
If right now it's kind of we're in a chill period. We just started classes, just started football, but this will not be easy for any of us in
This was
any
easy.
means.
If this was easy,
Everyone would do
everyone
it.
would be doing
Everyone
it,
would do it, but
it's definitely it's like I harped on before. It's definitely a mental game, but anything you put your mind to, it doesn't matter. Like Cam said, D1, D2, D3, JUCO, like you put your mind to playing football, and it happened. Like everyone has that dream of going D1, but like you're still part of what 5%. You're still part of a small percentage of people that get to go play the game you love, and if you truly love the game, it doesn't matter. You'll find your brothers. You'll find your family, like wherever
You'll
you
do
go. Like,
anything in your power to make sure that you're under 5% of people that play football in college.
definitely.
I also want to say that, yeah, you might say like in high school, you might say like, yeah, I'm gonna go play football in college. But I want people to really think about it. Think about what you're saying because it's not only like the football side of it. There's classes, and you have to know how to have good time management to where you're on that time management of football, and then boom, you have to flip the switch and go into classes now and learn about your major. What is it? It could be management, intro to psych. Like me and JVEC today, we had 2 good classes. It was intro to management and intro to psych. We had a good time in that class, I want to say, but we weren't talking about football. We made sure that we kept the football talk out of the classroom because that's when we had to flip the switch and just talk about straight class work. Can't talk about football. But listen, guys, I just want you guys to think about what you're making. Like when you're making your decision of going to play football, think about class, the people you're surrounding yourself with, the people that you're gonna have to see, the extra 4 years that you're gonna be in college for. Just think about it. Don't just like jump into conclusions or make a decision just because you like, okay, yeah, I want to go play football. 'Cause it's not just about football.
you gotta think about after college too.
And don't forget, someone's having to pay all of this. Like
Yep.
we don't. It's D3. You don't get a full ride here, and I mean, some of us are fortunate and come from very good families, but some of us are not. I know a lot of football players. I'm not trying to make a demographic or make an example of this. I just want to say this from my heart, but I know a lot of football players are not, the top of the class. This is for real talk right here. So it's serious. I know you said about looking at it cheap. I looked at it, sticker prices and that, but you can get it down and you can get it cheap. So that's a big thing you got to work for. And, I kind of find myself forgetting, I'm going to have to pay for this one day. Because, in the moment right now, it's fun.
Yeah.
We have unlimited food. We have a place to live. But, like, at the end of the day, we're going to have to, work our butts off and, come back and pay for this. And that just adds another layer of stress. I think this episode has really turned into a big student-athlete one. I really want to thank you guys. This is a great conversation. I kind of been in and out a little. But, like, this is a great conversation to have because I think people need to know about this.
Yeah.
Like, I hope kids back home from my school or kids from your schools, if you guys decide to share this, are really, taking this to heart because it's a big thing to talk about because, it's your life. It's what happens these next 4 years and then the next 50 years of your life.
The connections you're gonna make,
Mm-hmm.
everything in college matters. That's why it's good to like make connections because you might never know that I might find Shank or I might find Cam one day, and Cam owns a bank, and Ethan Shank right here owns a car dealership, but I need to go get the loan from a bank, and I need to go to your car dealership. That is why it's good to make connections because then I'm gonna see, okay, guys, we knew each other in college. Boom, hook me up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you're gonna have, we're gonna have hundreds of people, hopefully, that if we're in a season of doubt ever, they can step up and help us. I think that's really important to have in your life, because mommy and daddy aren't always gonna be there. Your family isn't always gonna be close, whether you live far away or 5 minutes down the block, and so it's helpful to have a brotherhood, and just not even a brotherhood, but just also your fellow peers at college. Just make friends with everybody, your professors, and just is very important.
Going back to like the student athlete side of things, D3, there's like D1s up here, D2 obviously, and then D3 and JUCO. There's not really a comparison because they're all the same, except for, D1 players. I think it was like Zion Williamson. He did one paper his entire time at college. Was it 1 year or something like that?
Oh.
D3 athletes are true student athletes. Like, you are balancing schoolwork and football, and it's definitely tough. But when you're playing D1 sports, it's more of like a sports aspect of things. It's not just being a student.
You have a big name on you, and you're gonna get drafted, and the school's gonna make money out of you because you went to their schools.
And you're probably gonna leave early. You're not gonna stay all 4 years. You're gonna stay 1 or 3 years.
Imagine doing one paper your entire time at college, and the rest is just sports.
Football doesn't really last forever. Like, yeah, you see the Tom Brady's of the world, 40-some years old, still playing.
45, as old as my dad.
Right.
My dad's driving a UPS truck around. Like, what the heck is this?
Still old, still that old for a quarterback in the league. One of the greatest. But football for some people does not last forever. So like doing one paper in college, like there's a reason student athlete comes first. You're a student and then an athlete, because being an athlete isn't required. It's like you don't like.
It's a privilege.
to be here. Like it's like I'm privileged to be able to be like here, but I'm also like privileged that I'm in my classes too. Like those professors don't have to be there. They don't have to give their time up. So if you're not turning in work, you can't just, it's not like high school where you can just walk back into the classroom. Like you have to set up times, this and that. You got to work on others people's time, not just yours.
Yep. And it's just like back to what we were talking about, the athlete side. You never know like when time like may say, okay, your time is up. So you have to like really appreciate the fact that you were given this opportunity. And back to saying like we were gave our opportunity to be here. And we truly do appreciate what we were gave, because most of us came from different families, different backgrounds, different life stories. But when we're on that field, we're one.
One
It
tower.
Yep.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear. We're only one. No matter where we came from, what race we are, we're one. We're united. We make sure we have each other's back. And that's what made us come to Juniata, because we're one brotherhood and we have each other's back.
I don't know about you guys, but I've come to like appreciate like all the coaches and staff that we have here.
Even though they're hard on you,
Yeah.
and they do not care.
They're like a family. Like
Yeah.
the coaches, like yes, they have to be coaches. Their job is to be there for us and like guide us. They're not there to just give us the spot. Like I can say like my coach. I love like being in film. Like film, you dread it. Like no one likes, but like once you're in there though, it's not that bad. Like they're there to coach you, and they coach you.
They're not there to hold your hands. This is not high school.
Even the lunch ladies. Like,
Yeah,
I
all
appreciate.
them-
I appreciate it.
Everybody
Definitely.
in
New
the school.
appreciation of everyone, because like once you're out of high school, you realize like, oh, this is like
Yeah.
someone's job. Like this
They
is
are
this and
doing
that.
that to put food on their own table.
Like,
Like,
they
it's,
don't have to
this
be
is
there.
serious stuff.
And even like the janitors, like we had our floor meeting, like
Yup.
like they give us a new perspective of like there's one lady in the dorms that she changes the trash bag, she does this and that. So like every time I'll see her, like I'll just say thank you, because like that's not easy. Like you're on
A
an
good
all
morning.
guys floor cleaning up the hallways. Like that's
A good morning could change a person's life.
Yeah. And I think a biggest thing we've kind of skipped over, they all have a good attitude.
Yup.
oh yeah.
You
Every
don't-
smile
They're
on your
never.
face.
They're
They
never
will say
mad.
hi to you.
Yeah. How are you
because-
doing this morning?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, and we don't know what they've been through, what life is right now. It could be at an all-time high. It could be at an all-time low, but it doesn't matter.
They always make sure they keep that
Yes.
smile on their face when they see us.
That one hello could save someone's life.
Yup.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you know, I think sometimes, football, oh my gosh, they play football. That's so cool. But it's more, life is more than football,
Yup.
It comes to a point where you really realize that and accept it, and then you see the world in a little bit of a clearer and bigger picture.
Football doesn't only teach us skills like on the field. Football, it teaches us leadership, how to like treat each other with respect. It teaches like skills that we could just take out in the outside world and use them to our advantage when we're out living there, when we're gonna have to have a job, like waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That isn't just because of football. That's just like you have to
Teach
have
us life
yeah.
skills.
Yeah,
When
and
you're gonna go have a job, okay, I have to set this time so I could be up at this time. I have to have time management. It all goes back to time management when you're in college. It's
Yeah.
pretty big to have time management in college.
and,
It helps.
and like waking up at 6 a.m. now, it's like, okay, wake up at 6 a.m. because we have practice.
Yeah.
We have football. 4 years from now, it's going to wake up at 6 a.m. I got to go to work. I
Yeah.
got to, dread that boss or whatever, or something like that. So it's not always going to be this easy.
Even the little things, is keeping like the locker room clean. Like the video we watched in film about Ed Reed, like how he was on his teammates about just picking up like rap stuff like that. Like, if some guy needs an extra towel, you give him your towel. Like, it's just the little things that you do that just make everyone's lives easier. Like we like appreciating the one guy that cleans all of our jerseys, all of our loops. Like just appreciating guys like that. Like all the trainers, the weight room staff, like all of them.
We love Jeff.
Yeah, it's it's a big adjustment, and life's getting real now, and we all have to accept that, and look at it at a bit of a different way. But this is definitely a conversation that everyone needs to know about. What a student athlete really is. I think we've described it very well. We haven't put an accurate definition on it, but I think we've kind of overall just summed up what it is. So like, people know that it's not all fun and games. It's not all, what it seems to be like in
Time
movies.
to put up the big boy pants now.
Yeah.
And I'll say it again. Like if you know a student athlete, check on their mentals because that's really important.
Yeah.
Just see how they're doing. Check up on them because it's stressful and it gets hard sometimes.
Like, say hi. Don't always bring up their sport too, because that could be the biggest thing driving, like, mentally in a bad place. So talk about something else. Ask about their family, ask about how maybe school's doing, maybe not, or just say hi. Be a nice person. Invite them to hang out or something. Grab some grub, and because
We came in, all of us came in. I didn't know. I knew a couple players on the team. I knew you because orientation. I knew you. I didn't know Shank, but how many players on the team?
70.
7.
I'd say
Okay, we
70.
came in, 70 different strangers. I had no idea who they all were, and it was tough at first, but now we're family. Right after camp, it only takes a couple days, and you see that bond already starting, and it's definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I mean, it's because like we said all earlier, it is 70 guys, but they're all different. Black, white, rich, poor. Super good at football. Some of us aren't the best at football, but it doesn't matter because we're on the same team. We all have the same goal, even when it gets chippy at practice, like we said. At the end of the day, we all just want to win football games, but most importantly, have fun and make memories and make friends. Because, a big thing is, you got to win football games. Everybody looks at us and says, hey, your record wasn't that good last year. Are you going to change it or not? I mean, yeah, sure, we want to win football games. We all do. But it's,
We have to have fun while doing it.
Yeah.
It can't all be just about football because then the sport becomes boring.
If you're not having fun, then
you're not winning at
Yeah.
anything.
You're not.
It doesn't matter.
Memories is what matters.
I had no idea this was going to happen. I had no idea this conversation was going to happen, but
This
it was
wasn't
great.
planned, guys.
No,
It was not
unscripted,
planned.
but, I think 4 pretty good minds in here together. I think you know, good conversation to have, because you know people need to know about it. And you know, I appreciate you guys for kind of carrying the way, and you know, really leading this, and it means a lot, you know, to me and to the kids watching this, you know, back from any of our hometowns, you know, because they'll need to know what they're in for.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be hard. You know, it's on your mind, your body, your wallet, but I'd say it's worth it.
I'd say it's worth it too.
It is.
You gotta love the sport.
Yeah, you gotta love the sport. You gotta love the people. You know, gotta love the schooling part about it. The best thing about going to Juniata for you who are in the recruiting progress, your degree you're going for is, you know, what you get to study. You know, not a lot of gen eds. You kind of get to pick what you want to do, so it helps out with the academics a little bit more because you're passionate about it.
Programs too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
program here is good.
Juniata is definitely a good college. I'd say so
Oh,
far.
Yes.
Aside from, I mean, everything. Like I look at it as like, okay, I get to play the sport I love. Perfect. I get to have a great education. Perfect. And it's the money's good. Like it's not too expensive. It's kind of right in the middle, so it's perfect for me, and that's why I chose it. And I like the culture here. Like when I came for my visit, I seen that the players were a tight knit group, so that made it real easy to I want to go to Juniata aside from the other schools I was recruited to. So it's definitely important.
And to go off of what you said, a big thing I, you know, told myself and my parents in my recruiting process was, where could I see myself without football? Because like we said, it only takes one play. So what school can I see myself, you know, studying, making friends, you know, doing fun stuff without football? And Juniata was the place for me. And it really helped me, you know, make that deciding point of, you know, I wanted to go here. Oh, John. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Another
John.
special guest. John, we're in the middle of a podcast. No, it's fine. It's fine. Come in. We've had.
You want to give your input about how it
How's
was in
camp going?
camp?
Yeah, come over here a little. Come like right in front of me.
Okay, you want
You mean? No, it's good. Just you're right there. You're good.
Okay.
Hey, John.
So
Hey, I'm John Ritos.
me and John played high school ball together.
Yeah, we did.
So that's cool.
I'm a linebacker here, playing at Will linebacker. And my take on camp, it started off like a little tough, but as the days went by, it got a lot better and I got more confident in my stuff. And I'm still not 100% on like my assignments and everything, but I'm learning and I'm getting there.
How do you feel about Juniata?
So far it's been great. I love it here. I eat a lot of food.
Yes, you
Um,
do.
Tell me about what you eat.
I eat like 4 burgers and 4 chicken breasts every meal. And I went to the gym this morning and had a really good workout. A lot of good machines there that I've never used before. But yeah, overall my experience has been pretty good. I did my classes. I had intro to management and everyone seemed pretty cool.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to
Yeah. So we've kind of, you know, geared towards a big, you know, talking about being a student athlete and kind of just, you know, all the mental side of it. Any thoughts on, you know, being a student athlete? Anything you want to say to anybody?
Yeah,
looking
I
to
think
be-
it's a lot better being a student athlete. It helps me, I think, focus more and like really hone in on like, okay, I need to do this because if I don't, I'll get my butt whooped by football coaches and stuff. So it's kind of given me more of a drive, you know, wake up, do a routine, you know, I'm lifting for football to get better and also getting good grades and benefiting my future.
We have to keep like a 3.0.
Yeah.
Kind of sets a higher standard for yourself.
You know, that's a great way to put it, because I mean, we talked a little bit, you know, I wouldn't say the negative side, but the challenging side of being a student athlete. So you to come in and say that's really, you know, it helps encourage.
I don't think there's anything negative about it. I think it's hard, but it's only going to benefit you
Yes.
Yeah.
as a student athlete.
Yeah. But you gotta do it. You gotta.
You just,
you know,
yeah.
And it, because it's gonna be tough, but you gotta get through it and keep going, and keep chugging, you know. And
Yeah.
Thank you guys. It was a little difficult. I have to figure out better accommodations because this is way too small to have this many people in here.
No, yeah, it's a great podcast.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
appreciate
All
that.
22,
All
baby.
22, baby.
All 22.
You better subscribe. To wrap this episode up, we've talked about this last episode. I'm gonna make merch about it. John, opinions on Gilk?
I love Gilk. Gilk is delicious. It's the best thing you can drink. You got calcium, electrolytes, and you got some protein in there. mix it all together. Tastes like a strawberry milkshake kind of milk thing. It's good.
So
It's delicious.
so
I
now
love Gilk. I support
you've
Gilk.
heard from 4 Gilk supporters: me, Max, Alessandro, and John.
I'm an
Now you-
advocate for Gilk.
Now
Don't
you get to hear
drink Gilk.
some Anti-Gilk.
Do not drink Gilk. It's gross. It's disgusting.
Not a huge guilt guy.
No,
I
don't
can't
drink
say I've
Gilk.
had it. I just can't. I can't think of mixing something fruity with like milk. Like I can't. That's not me. But I'm not like, hey, I'm can't knock it till I try. But it's not like a. It doesn't.
I
does
don't
not
want
sound
to.
good.
I've tried it once and it was
I
repulsive.
can't do it.
Would you guys get a Got Gilk T-shirt though? If I made
Yes.
it?
If I
Of course,
yes, I
yeah.
would.
I would. I
We'll
would. Yeah.
definitely get a got guilt.
You're
Got Gilk.
freezer. Yeah.
People put things in my freezer and it makes me very mad. I understand that, but wrap it up. Follow Instagram and TikTok at all22_pod. I just want to thank you guys again. This was a great conversation. I did not expect to have today. I think it was very serious, very genuine from our hearts. We meant everything we said, and a lot of times I like to have fun on this podcast. I like to laugh, tell stories, but at the same time, we gotta be serious with this. So I thank you guys. Appreciate all of you.
Thanks for having
coming
us.
on. Definitely. I'll have you guys back on.
Definitely an honor to be on All 22 podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
How do we end the podcast? Tip of the spear.
Always.
Ready, guys?
Okay, ready.
Tip of the spear.
Always sharp.
Thanks, guys, for listening.